Hey folks, so if you've been watching the second-hand stuff series that I've done over the years, you've probably seen that I picked up quite a good amount of PS2 games and among other things Xbox games, and I found a few GameCube stuff as well in flea markets over the years for, you know, probably like €1 each or €2 each sometimes. But I realized at some point that I essentially had too many of them, and I just wasn't playing them. I wasn't playing the PlayStation 2 stuff or the Xbox, because essentially that era of gaming I was playing more PC stuff, PC-based games. So it's sort of a generation that I skipped, and I realize I've no interest, or actually interest in it, and I'd much rather collect for the stuff that I, you know, liked and played, which is the 8 and 16-bit era games. So what I did is I took my entire collection of all the PS2, there's over 300, maybe 400 games altogether, and GameCube stuff. I had a few, I think I had a few NES consoles as well. I had some spare Game Gear. It was just doubles of stuff that I had found in flea markets. I had a few, what else had I got? I had a few PS1s, and I had a few N64 stuff. Anyway, I brought that to a shop in Dublin. I was in Dublin for the weekend, and I actually brought them with me, and I showed them all that and said, look, at if you have any need for it, just, you know, give me an offer, and I'm just trying to offload stuff here at this stage. So they were actually fine. They were very, very fair, and what they did is they offered me 400 cash thereabouts, or I think it was 530 or 520 euros in store credit instead. So what I did is I took the store credit and I bought myself a few nice NES and Mega Drive and some SNES and Master System stuff with it. I had a heap as well of PS2 consoles, and I think I had one in most colors at this stage, and I don't need one in most colors. I just need one. I think I just kept 2 silver consoles. Anyway, so what I got actually was a few games for mostly the NES and the Genesis or the Mega Drive. But I also picked up, because that's the only one they had in the store, was a copy of Golden Axe for the Master System. Funny enough, I did not have Golden Axe on the Master System, so also in there was, and that's the only SNES game I took, because I spent most of my my store credit on other things. There was a copy of Super Metroid. I'd not played this game, and I started playing it a couple of weeks now. It's such a great game. I'm so glad I picked it up. And I actually got to play it, which is more than I can say about all the PS2 stuff that I had. So there you go, Super Metroid for the SNES. Great game. By the way, this happened about over a month or two ago now at this stage. I had to make a list of all the games I actually got there, pulled it out of the shelves just to show you guys. But I got quite a nice stack of NES games. Starting with Double Dragon for the NES. I didn't have that. My NES collection was quite small. I think I had about maybe 40 games or something like that, which, you know, as far as NES collection go, is probably very small. Maybe not in Europe, but at least if you're watching from America, you guys have big NES collections. A copy of Shadow Warrior, which is Ninja Gaiden for the European market. Rygar. Really cool game. It's quite different from the arcade game. There's some differences there. Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. I did not have a copy of that, and I'm so glad I picked that up. It's not a cheap game, but yeah, definitely wanted that. Now I have all Castlevanias for the NES. Also from Konami, which is another great game and that I loved on the MSX, was Gradius. This is probably the better version, for good reasons, but the MSX version was okay. This is actually a very nice version. Dragon Slayer. It's Dragon Slayer. I didn't have it. It was there. I took it. Life Force, and this one actually came with the manual. Really cool to have. This was called Salamander on the MSX. Really cool game. It's another Gradius essentially. I love this. Burai Fighter, whatever, it was there. Fester's Quest, New Zealand Story, that's a series I love. Wizards and Warriors, I did not have that as well, even though I did a cover of that, but I have a copy of the game. The Adventures of Bayou Billy, again I did not have a copy of that, so I'm glad I took it. And Punch Out. So that's a total of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 NES games that I got, and I got quite a good amount of Mega Drive games, all boxed and complete. So we'll start from the top here. Was a Mega Bomberman for the Mega Drive. Sort of took, you know, games that were rare-ish or uncommon, you know, didn't have the big rare games, and it was very interesting because I had a conversation with them, and they tend not to take the big rare games because it's just not quite worth their time to take them, because they can't shift them, you know. They'd rather sell a small console with like Mario, or like, let's just say they sell an NES with just Mario, because that's what people want. So they'll take the common games that were in it. So with an SNES it'll be Street Fighter, Super Mario Kart, and maybe, you know, F-Zero, and that's what the shop wants to sell. So the big games don't actually shift, so they were actually glad that I took these, because they said they would have stayed on the shelf for way too long. They're probably overpriced as well, but that's just the nature of what a retail shop. That's probably another discussion actually for another video. I'll keep going. So we have Mega Bomberman here. I ramble a lot, guys, I'm sorry. Streets of Rage 2. Cool. I like to do Streets of Rage series. I might have to do a cover from that game. Revenge of Shinobi. Another cool game. Toki. Yeah, I like the arcade. I haven't played the Mega Drive version. I don't think it's a very good game on the Mega Drive. I could be wrong. We'll see. Street Fighter 2 for the Mega Drive. That's a heavy one, actually. The manual is huge on this. These are all complete. Turbo Outrun. It's Outrun. I love Outrun. Aladdin, I did not have that. That's actually a very, very, very good game. It's beautiful at the time, I remember. Just being all excited about this game. The Lost Vikings. I played that on the Amiga, actually. I did not have it on the Mega Drive. Rystar. Not sure which way it's pronounced, but yeah, it's a very cool game, actually. I like this one very much. Battle Squadron. I played this on the Amiga as well. That was such a cool game on the Amiga. I haven't played it yet on the Mega Drive, but it'll be cool to compare the two versions. Dracula. I've been told this is actually quite a decent game. It's sort of a Castlevania-like. Wonder Boy in Monster World. I had not played this one, so that's actually one I'm looking forward to playing. And Dune 2, The Battle for Arrakis. Again, I played this on the Amiga, and I had such a great time playing it. This is actually super heavy as well. I had such a great time playing it, and I might replay it actually on the Mega Drive, just for comparison's sake. It was a great game, one of the first RTS of its kind. So there you go. This is quite a nice haul, guys. 13 Mega Drive games, around 12 NES games, 2 Super NES and Master System game. Traded in essentially for free for an entire collection of PS2 games that I did not want, and some Xbox and some GameCube stuff that I found in flea markets over the years, that I couldn't just leave there because I couldn't, and I'm glad I didn't, because otherwise I wouldn't have had this entire loot. So there you go. That's actually food for thought. Maybe in the future, if I see other PS2 games, I might just take them and trade them in for something else. But it was worth my time and worth the effort, because I would not have been able to pay for most of these games at any point. So anyway, folks, I hope this was of some interest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.